Good morning, girls. My name is Shema. I'm here from Always because I want to discuss a very important subject with you. This subject is puberty and everything you want to learn about it. I know it's kind of embarrassing, so I want you to be as comfortable as possible. I want you to ask me anything you want. And I'd like to welcome you in a circle of sisterhood. Here we can ask anything, we can say anything you want to learn, I'm here to teach you. The first thing I need you girls to do is to divide yourselves into groups of 5 because we're going to have some games, we're going to have some activities, so would you please divide yourselves? Okay, thank you. So, the first game we're going to play is called What Can Girls Do? In this game, I'm going to tell you things and you're going to tell me if girls can do it or not. Okay, so can girls play basketball? Yes, of course they can. This is Aman Muhammad Awad. She's a basketball player. She doesn't only play as a hobby, now she's a professional player. She didn't let being a woman stand in her way. She didn't let anyone stop her, and she made her dream come true. So, can girls climb Everest? Yes, of course they can. This is Raha Mahrag. She's the first Saudi woman to do that, and she's the youngest Arab to climb this mountain. And she didn't let being a girl stop her because she can. Now I want you all to tell me, what do you want to be when you grow up? Oh, you want to be a doctor? That's good. Okay, you? Oh, a fashion designer. Okay, that's amazing. So keep that in mind, and I want you all to remember that you can do anything if you put your mind into it. Just remember that people no. So in order for us to be able to learn, to grow, we're going to have to go through puberty first. In this age, our bodies are going to change from a girl's body to a woman's body. We're going to go through changes, we're going to experience new things. There are things that we didn't feel before, we're going to feel it now. I think some of you girls have already experienced some of these changes. These changes include physical changes and emotional changes. I think some of you girls already felt that. You're going to feel that you grew taller. You're gonna feel like your breasts have grown, your hips grow. You're gonna start growing hair in different areas, in new areas, under your armpits and in your private areas. Also some emotional changes. You're gonna start feeling a little more sensitive. You're gonna have your own opinion. You're gonna start forming your own personality. For example, you're gonna start choosing your own clothes. You're not gonna like what your mom chose for you. And that's okay because you're in an age where you have to start learning these things on your own. The most significant change that you're going to feel in this age is getting your first period. Getting your first period means that your body is growing in a healthy way. It's a sign of a healthy body. It's not a scary thing. It's not a disease. It's a natural thing that every woman goes through. So, what is period? Period is a blood flow coming out of your private areas. Start between the ages of 10 and 16. Some girls get it at 15, some girls get it when they're 13, so don't ever compare with anyone. Every girl has her own unique body, and you're gonna get it at a different age than your friends. So this blood flow will last for 5 to 7 days, and between every cycle there's a 28 days. So, don't ever compare with anyone. Every girl has her own different cycle. Okay, so what exactly happens in our body when we get our period? As you can see here, this is the female reproductive system. It's where the menstrual cycle happens. So, these are the ovaries. They're connected to the uterus through the fallopian tube. The eggs are there, and the blood flow is gonna happen through the vagina. So when we get our period, we're gonna have to be able to perform our daily activities. We're gonna have to be able to go to school, so we have to wear a pad. I'm gonna show you how to wear a pad the correct way. First, I'm gonna assume that this is our underwear, okay? So first, we're gonna take the pad out of its wrapper, okay? And when you unfold the pad, you're gonna notice that there's a large area and a narrow area. You're going to make sure that you wear the large area on the back and the narrow area to the front, because when you lie down or when you sit down, the blood flow is going to be directed towards the back. So you want to be well protected in that area. So first you're going to take out this sticker, okay, and attach the pad to your underwear like this, okay? Make sure it's straight, make sure it's attached correctly, okay? After you make sure it's attached like this, take out the sticker from the wings like this, and then attach the wings to the back of your underwear like this. Okay, so when you notice that the pad is full and you want to change it, you're gonna take out the wings first. Okay, you're gonna change the pad every 4 to 6 hours. First, you're gonna take out the wings like this. Make sure you take it out slowly because you don't want to rip it, and take the other side as well. Okay, then don't just rip it out of your underwear because it's gonna make a mess and you don't want that. Just fold it on itself like this. Okay, and make sure you keep your hands clean when you do that. You're gonna wrap it on itself like this, and then stick the wings to the end because you don't want it to unfold. Okay, when you're done, you can wrap this in the new pads wrapper, and if you don't have this, you can wrap it in a paper, you can wrap it in a towel or in anything. And always make sure you throw it in the garbage can. Don't throw it in the toilet because it's gonna clog it, it's gonna make a bigger mess. So make sure you throw it in the garbage can. So when you go to the market, you're gonna find that there are a lot of brands that you wanna choose from, and it's gonna be a little confusing. So I'm gonna tell you now why you should be buying Always pads. I'm gonna need 2 volunteers to help me perform a little experiment. Okay, you two come. Okay, so we're gonna use 2 pads. One of them is Always and one is a regular pad. And your friends are going to drip 3 millimeters of water into them. We're gonna use 3 millimeters because our body will discharge 3 millimeters of blood each time. And we're gonna drip it into the center of the pad because that's where the blood will go. And then we're gonna use these filter papers and assume that they are our skin. And we're gonna attach it to the wet pads, and we'll see which one will absorb more water. As you can see, this is the one we used on the regular pad, and this is the one on the Always pad. And as you can see, this one is drier and this one is more wet. There are other things that we can do to make sure we're always fresh and clean and we always feel comfortable during our period. These things include wearing cotton underwear. It's gonna be softer on your skin, it's gonna let your body breathe easily, and it's gonna be better for you. So always make sure you wear cotton underwear. Also make sure you wash your hands every time you change. Make sure you maintain your personal hygiene. Shower regularly. Don't stop just because you got your period. Make sure when you use a public restroom that it's clean. Make sure that when you leave, you flush. You make sure that your pad is closed and thrown in the garbage can. Girls experience cramps, back pain, headaches, leg pain during their period. It's totally normal. You're not gonna get all these symptoms together. You're gonna get some and you might not get any. So you can soothe this process using natural remedies. You're not gonna need to see a doctor for them. Try avoiding using painkillers or medication because it's bad for your body, and natural remedies are way better. Try using hot drinks. Avoid drinking cold water. Anything cold, try avoiding it. Make sure you're always warm. Make sure that you rest well. Don't overexhaust yourself on the first day. You can always exercise, you can do sports, but make sure you always rest well. And when you shower, don't use cold water, use warm water during your period. And if you feel like you have mood swings, if you feel like you're a little more sensitive, go for a walk, change scenery, do anything to make yourself feel better. On the days leading up to your period, you're gonna have mood swings, you're gonna have the symptoms I explained, a headache, back pain. And then on the first day, the blood flow is not gonna be as heavy. On the next day, it's gonna be the heaviest, so always make sure you're wearing a pad. Always make sure you're well protected. And then on the next day, it might be as heavy, and then it's gonna start decreasing until it stops. On the last day, it's gonna be very light. It's gonna be a few drops, and you're gonna know that this is the end of your period.